especially for me when I moved from Florida, I moved to New York, and you know, when I got to New York City and I went down in Manhattan, and especially down there, like if you go down to what they call that? That's where the prison is. They call it Central Booking. Whether in Brooklyn and in Wall Street, it looks like you in ancient Rome. The pillars, the courthouses, it looks. I could take y'all if we was in fucking New York City right now. If we was in New York right now, I'll get up, we all get in the car and drive. I'll bring y'all down to what the fuck they call that shit, man? Oh my God, I can't remember the name of the shit. Central Booking down there, but I remember the street. It's all like downtown Brooklyn. I could take you to Wall Street in Manhattan. You would think you was in ancient fucking Rome. Primarily the court buildings and all that, the pillars. You would literally think you would expect motherfuckers with togas to be walking out. With the reefs and all that shit. New York City, if you don't believe me, go to fucking New York City. Okay? Go to Wall Street, go downtown Brooklyn area. It looks like ancient Rome. Oh, yeah. Yes. Literally. Looks like that proves that we are in Rome. And if you go to Washington, D.C. as well, you've been to D.C. Anybody been to D.C. yet? Been to D.C.? That looks like Rome.
Yeah.
The train station out there, like that whole area when you get off the train, it look like you in
Rome.
Look like you in Rome.
Look like you. And those are the main areas in America that really look like. I don't know that. I mean, I've been all around America, but I know New York City and motherfucking DC. And you know what? Boston. Anybody been to Boston?
Yeah.
No, I never been.
I didn't get to walk around.
Boston kind of looks like Rome too. Downtown Boston, you know where the brothers are dominant and speak. Some of them buildings, they got the Roman architect. Yeah, Boston, like the Northeast primarily.
Yeah.
The East Coast.
Colonies were established.
Yes. So this is Rome. We are in Rome, and then you brought it out how the Senate really, because the Senate can impeach a president.
Yep.
Right?
Absolutely.
And the president is really Caesar. Like this motherfucking crypt keeper that we got there right now, he's the Caesar. Oh yeah. And this motherfucker Bill Clinton, he would have had that. I'm just speaking in the spirit. Bill Clinton, he got to be Julius Caesar in the reincarnation, because he got like that love of the people, you know.
Right.
You know, them sadistic motherfuckers had to be Nero. Like Donald Trump could have been Nero, man. You know.
Yeah.
You know them sadistic motherfuckers.
Tiberius, he was an asshole.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That could have been, what's the name? Giuliani could have been one of them Caesars too.
Oh, yeah.
I think so, definitely. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Claudius is a hard ass nigga.
Yeah. And New York City is really Rome. And then people will say, well, Giuliani wasn't president, he was mayor. But you got to realize something. New York City is really the capital of America.
Yeah, right.
Realistically. So, like, New York City is Rome. That's Rome. It's heavy. That's Rome. That's Jerusalem. New York is a spiritual place.
Yeah, they had the World Trade Towers. World Trade.
New York City, hey, all the shit I talk, I'm glad to be out of there, because I had enough of it. But New York is, that's why I hit Brother Limber. This past trip, I was compelled to go back up to New York. Hey, shalom, my brother. I was compelled to go back because New York City, even though I'm out here, I love being there. You know what? I would love to go back again because my spirit is always going to be connected to that place. Like, no matter where I go, if I move to Montana, I'm always going to have that bug in me to want to go back up and visit the Northeast, because that's a spiritual place, brother. That's where I found the keys of life. You understand? That's where the apostles are. That's where King Mashah, High Priest Ariah is still up there somewhere. So that's spiritual Jerusalem.
Absolutely.
You understand?
Well, that's what we learned.
Y'all came. Y'all came up there. Right? How many times y'all came up there?
I only went once, man. It was an awesome experience. You really feel like that's a city like this.
You feel it, right?
Yeah.
Well, my brother Shah, you got to go, right? This summer. He's up there.
Absolutely.
And he got to experience it. He got to feel it. You had him driving. His first time in New York. And he did all right.
I was driving right there too. I was going
Yeah, you was driving too. That nigga was driving. Right? We had him driving, right?
You really got to know how to drive and pay attention.
You
out
do.
there.
Especially in Harlem.
Hey, but you was digging it though, right? You like, it was crazy, but you like, man.
Absolutely. It wakens up something like, it's that sense of urgency.
Yeah.
You gotta always be sharp up there. You know?
Then we were driving back. We were in the camp.
Yep.
You see the parties in
I
the
know
park.
exactly what
It
you're
was
talking
kind of
about.
happening, right? You
Yeah,
like, man, this shit kind of popping.
Somebody hit a U-turn right there. I'm like, God damn, look, right when I looked at the GPS, I looked up somebody hit in front of me. I'm like, oh shit.
I remember driving one time, somebody damn near cursed us out on the road. Like, what the fuck y'all doing? Man, he was like, oh, damn, this was aggressive as hell.
But this is wrong. That's wrong.
He cussed out.
Going into it. This is ancient Rome and reincarnation. Remember, the scriptures talked about that. That's what y'all going into. So this has to be brought out because everything is reincarnated. The people are reincarnated, animals, trees, the earth, even kingdoms are reincarnated.
That's right.
But this motherfucker right here, this is Rome, Greece, Babylon the Great, Egypt, Persian, the Mede Empire, Syrian, Sodom and Gomorrah, and those spots. This is all this shit wrapped into one. Why y'all think we suffering, man? We suffering, brother. Our bodies, these infirmities, these demons are fucking with us because we got all the demons in hell around us. Yo, man, we going through it, bro. That's why with the Yahweh Shai is the only way out. Yahweh Shai is the only way out, man, bro. We suffering, bro. Straight up. Brothers, I know y'all suffering too.
Yeah.
I know y'all suffering, man. Come on, man. We got to talk about this shit. I know y'all suffering, man. Bro, I'm going through it. Elders and apostles up top are going through it, man. Them demons is like a constant. There have been points where, bro, I mean, I've been through this before. I've been dealing with this. I know what it's about. So I'm fit for the battle. But like with Satan, it's like a headache that won't go away. Like a migraine headache that won't go away. You ever had a migraine?
Yeah.
But sometimes, like when the Yahweh shot Satan leave for a season, but now this motherfucker's here all the time. All the time, trying to wear you down. Constantly trying to wear you down. Constantly trying to destroy your spirit. Ephesians, the 6th chapter. That's why I quoted that. That's why we got to, hey man, if I can just jump off subject just for a minute, can somebody, Yalaka, can you give me Psalms 54? I told you about them Psalms, man. Get Psalms 54, Baba Kusha, and just read it. Psalms, the 54th chapter. You got to read them Psalms, man. Them Psalms are powerful prayers. King David, Yahweh Yahweh. Lo, I come in the volume of the book, it is written of me. Okay? Them Psalms will build you up, and you know, you got that?
I got it right here. Yep. This is
Be that strong and loud, man.
This is Yeah.
Brother, I want to, like my impulse, I want to come in hosted with my rig. You motherfucker, you, boom, boom. Like, that's what I wanted. Like, shoot him right in the midsection. You motherfucker, you, boom. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna do that, but that's what, like, that's my impulse. A muscle nigga. You big muscle, Ronnie Coleman looking nigga.
Ronnie Coleman.
And I'm over there, I'm hitting. Like the other day, I was in there and I was working with this little white boy. He was a boxer too. We went into the bag. This nigga, and I could tell he was a sodomite. He was over there and he's looking over there at us. And I'm like, you fucking nigga. And he walks over to the area where we are, and he big muscle leg. And I'm like, you motherfucker, you. I'm like, dude, you know what, man? Dude, like when you start looking around, it's like I'll pick up one of these fucking barbells and I'm gonna crush your fucking skull open, man. That's the impulse that you have. I'm like, yo, you wanna be squeezed, you can, but stay far away from me. Stay away, man. So it's like, and then when you go in the gym, I'm going to the gym and I'm like, oh, these motherfuckers got the, the jumpies. So like they be working out and that shit and they sweat.
Yeah.
So them toxins and all that shit.
Oh yeah.
Bro, I be coming back from the gym, Mike, I be feeling jacked up. And I'm not supposed to feel that way. Yeah, like if I'm going, like bro, if I just got done jogging 4 miles in 53 minutes, I'm supposed to feel awesome.
Right.
But I'm coming back and I get home and I'm sitting in my apartment and all of a sudden my respiratory shit is feeling
Tight.
I'm just feeling like there's some shit that got inside of me from these people, man. So I don't want to be in the gym no more. That's why I told you the other day, I said, I'm going to start going to the trail every day. Fuck the gym. I'm going to cancel my membership. I'd rather go to the trail and breathe the free. You know what I mean?
You have space,
Yeah, bro. I don't want to be around them motherfuckers. And then the women are all butched out.
standing around.
No, they're doing squats. Big, the 45, they doing all the women are masculine. And then you got these big Ronnie Coleman niggas, they feminine. I don't want to be in that. Remember the Greeks, going back to the Romans and the Greeks.
Yeah.
Going back, this is, remember.
They're working out naked. That's where you get gym from.
Well, when you go in the Apocrypha, remember going into the Greeks, they set up places of workout, exercise, and they was in there butt naked. And also too, they set up the Olympics.
Oh yeah.
Them niggas were wrestling, butt naked. They were rods dangling around on top of each other and shit, sword fighting. You know what I mean? That's wicked.
Continue with Psalm 54?
Yes, please.
Okay. Psalm chapter 54.
Matter of fact, one of my stuff from the top.
All right.
Buffalo shot. Because that's, remember I quoted that earlier to you? This is a prayer that we need to send up. We need to send these up as prayers. These are prayers. And then we go back to Psalms 51. But go ahead, brother, Buffalo shot.
Psalms chapter 54 and 1. Save me, O Yahweh Bashmi Shai, by thy name, and judge me by thy strength.
Save me by thy name. Nate.
Yeah.
We don't know the name. How are we going to be saved? That was King David talking. He said, save me, O Yahweh Bashmi Shai, by thy name. Nate. We don't know the name of the Lord. So how are we going to be saved? Go ahead, brother.
Right. Hear my prayer, O Yahweh Bashmi Shai. Give ear to the words of my mouth. For strangers are risen up against me.
You got it, one, but you break it down, man.
Strangers have risen up against me, and as we're in this modern day Rome, we see the World Economic Forum come with this climate shit. Now that stems back to a program that's called the Club of Rome, showing you that we're in Rome all over again. That whole agenda, which goes back to the Malthusian theory of the earth is being heated up by natural resources. We got to do this, do that. That very plan that these demons, all right, who ultimately are rising up against us, goes back to Rome. It goes back to a program called the Club of Rome. proving that we're in Rome all over again.
Right.
Rome secretly runs this current world we're in.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The idols, and it all goes back to what? The Greco-Roman Empire. We focus on Rome because Rome was the hub of the power. That's where they really dominated, spread, and that sword got them, their power seat. The dragon gave, the beast power. But going back here,
It's like that movie Enter the Dragon. When Bruce Lee entered the dragon.
That's my favorite movie.
right, right.
No, that was a Game of Death.
Oh, that was the other one.
It says, "An oppressor seek after my soul. They have not set the Most High before them.
Oh,
They lie."
oppressors seek after my soul. Who are the Esau, the elite? Starting with the Illuminati. Oppressors seek after my soul. They're trying to destroy Israel. They want to get rid of us, man. You brothers realize the seriousness of the situation that you're in. See, there's a lot of dudes that call themselves Israelites that don't realize the seriousness or the urgency of the situation that they're in. They're out here playing games and fucking around, and they don't understand that, GMS is worse than Esau. Scoffing and shit. But guess what? Okay, let's say right now, tonight, all GMS members, all of us just disappeared or dropped dead. Every last one of us.
Mhm.
After that, we're gone. We out the way. Okay, GMS is no longer a problem. So what you think Esau gonna do with you?
Right.
You scoffing niggas. You niggas that hate us so much.
What they gonna do?
Oh no, Esau gonna leave y'all alone, right? He gonna allow y'all to prosper, right? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
It's the same thing. I hate to say it. I'm sorry. I just got to bring this up real quick before he finishes that. Not for nothing. I know you get tired of like Kevin Samuels, right? Kevin Samuels up there every night going hard on the nigga woman, right?
Mhm.
And they hated him. God damn it, I hate that, but I hate him. And then he dropped dead, just like that. One night he dropped dead, or whenever he dropped dead. Okay, and they rejoiced, right? Yeah, that nigga dead. See, God don't like ugly. Ha ha. But then he died. But then the next day, the next couple of days after his death, the next couple of weeks, guess what? All the motherfucking bitches that rejoiced, all of a sudden reality set in. Reality set in that, oh my God, you know what? Everything he was saying was true. And even though he's dead and gone, it didn't change your situation.
Right.
See? You still a lonely, miserable, fucked up, nasty bitch. And nothing changed.
Yeah.
You see? And then now that the nigga's dead, they how come I can't get a man? You see? Because what the nigga was telling you was true. So it's the same thing with us, like on a higher level. All these wicked scoffers and evil niggas that hate us, if the Lord was just to kill all of them, we all just disappeared, we could go. And y'all niggas will rejoice, and of course they'll do video. See, I tell you them GMS niggas wasn't right. But after that, that's not going to change y'all situation because the white man is still the devil.
Right.
Esau is still the devil. So that's why oppressors seek after my soul. Bro, and then remember, you can't forget about the spiritual demon Satan. That motherfucker. Okay? But you know what? I'm not that angry at him because he's doing his job. Read the book of Job. He's doing his job. He made a bet with the Most High. I put the hell on Job. So we're in a lot of Job.
Right.
So when we're catching this hell, we got to go back into these scriptures, man. Remember, Yahweh Shai said the comforter. That's why that motherfucker up there, who I knew personally, who came up under me, Jermaine Grant. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Comfy.
That big chocodile looking nigga. He dropped dead because he committed blasphemy against the Holy Spirit. He was the God sent comforter. Yeah, that's talking about Yahweh Shai, man. The scriptures. So when we catching hell, we got to go into the scriptures. And it's not even just talking about what we read, the New Testament, the Old Testament. Yahweh Shai said, what? I'll come in the volume of the book. It is written of me. Okay? So you brothers got to understand this. When you go in Isaiah, it talks about Yahweh Shai right up in there, man.
Right.
Like, when you come on a level and you really understand these scriptures, bro, you brothers, y'all get it? Y'all get it, man? I'm truly, hey, bro, I'm really, you know, through the spirit of Yahweh Shai, I'm trying to fucking feed y'all, man. I'm trying to enlighten y'all. I'm trying to, like, through the spirit of Yahweh Shai, I'm trying to give y'all everything that's in my head. Everything that I came across 30-something years ago. I'm trying to enlighten y'all. The same way that Apostle Tahar and Gabar enlightened me. Okay? You dig? Yo, bro, when I was a young dude, and especially when the Lord led me to Apostle Tahar and Gabar, at that point, that was the greatest time of my fucking life ever. We were catching hell physically, but yo, spiritually, that was when I became a man. That was when I became who I am today. And I owe that to, of course, Yahweh Shai, but Apostle Tahar, Apostle Gabar, man, bro, they made me into the fucking man I am today. You understand? That's why my loyalty, amen, Apostle Tahar, well, they got nothing to worry about as far as my loyalty, and they know that. I would never fucking turn against them. Never. You understand what I'm saying? Never. Fucking ever. Okay, that's the only family I know. You know, Apostle Tahar Gabar and myself, man. We've been through hell and high water together. You know, bro? And the Lord was with us, man. The Lord delivered us, man. The Lord was always with us. And I saw how the Spirit of the Lord worked, how this thing works. My experiences, like I said one but before you got here, that's why I brought it up. The Lord got me out here with you brothers, man. I'm here for a reason. I'm here to give y'all a glimpse into the past of how things work in Israel and how things, Ecclesiastes 1:9, the thing that has been is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done. There is no new thing under the sun. You understand? So Ecclesiastes 1:9, right? So basically, like the madness you see going on now in Israel, this is not new. The only difference is we're separated into different groups and shit. But back in One West, we had all these niggas together. That's why we can't be together. We can't, brother, like Nate told me I was having a meeting, right? When I saw Nate a couple of, man, we can't get back with the Apostle Tahar said it in the, we can't imagine, brother. Imagine, okay, I'm gonna ask y'all. And how would y'all feel about that? The apostles, we come up and tell them, hey, look, brothers, we're gonna hook up, we're gonna get together with IUIC. Imagine if we did that. How would y'all look at us?
Yeah, it'd be a bad look, just.
No, look, brother, I don't care though, brother. Look, Yashawan, we're gonna hook up with Nate. GMS and IUIC are gonna merge, right? And then imagine on top of that, and guess what? ISUPK gonna come in. We all just gonna come together. Right?
3 minutes tops.
Yes.
That shit gonna last anyway.
Can two walk together
Except they be agreed.
That's right. We can't get with you guys. We can't get with you guys because you're not in the spirit of Yahweh Shai. That's why we ain't gonna get with them guys. But see, the problem was back then in One West in the 90s, we were all together. You had a bunch of niggas together with men of the Lord, and we were all up in that school together in One West, and you had brothers that were sincere, but you had a bunch of niggas. So that's why there was always friction. That's why there was always friction, man. That's why Yahshua Badi was always bringing us to counsel. Primarily Apostle Tahar, Gabar, and myself. They was always bringing us to counsel. We was always getting brought to counsel, man. And bro, check this out. We wasn't even doing nothing, man. We wasn't even fucking with them guys. We were just doing our own thing. Apostle Tahar had the oil tables, and me and Apostle Gabar, we was just with Apostle Tahar, man. Out there on the fucking oil tables, just trying to hustle, literally trying to survive. You understand what I'm saying, bro? We were just literally trying to make money so we could have some food for the night and survive. We wasn't even going to the school because it was so wicked, right? But then them niggas, they was up there, hey, them guys are wicked. They're rebels. They're rebels, Mo and Arya. King Marshall was Arya. They're rebels. Taha, Gabah, that Gadite. Back then, that's what they called me. That wild ass, that little young, was talking about me. That little wild, rebellious, young Gadite motherfucker. He's wicked. That was me, right? And they said, me and Apostle Gabar, we don't listen to nobody else but Apostle Tahar. But you want to know something? I'm going to tell y'all a secret. I can tell y'all now, that was fucking true. It was true. We didn't listen to nobody but Apostle Tahar. Because you other niggas, we didn't respect you, man. Okay? Okay, Wamba. Hey, Wamba, I can say that now. 30-something years later, I can say it. We'll finish that up, brother.
It says, Psalm 54:4, behold, Yahweh Ba'Shemi Shah is my helper. The Lord is with them that uphold my soul.
Oh, see, men of righteous men. Yahweh Ba'Shemi Shah is my helper. The Lord is with them that uphold my soul. Oh, man, when you go back to the Apocrypha, 2nd Ezra 8:50 on down, it says what? I reveal this unto thee and a few men like thee. Mm-hmm. So the elect, brothers that you perceive, out here now, Oscar the Grouch, the Cooking Monster, Elmo, Big Bird, you know, the usual, the Sesame Street crew is out here, yo, wicked, yo, wicked. Them dudes, the Lord gonna deal with them. The Lord gonna,
Right. I will freely sacrifice unto thee. I will praise thy name, O Yahweh Ba'Shemi Shai, for it is good.
It's in the name again, right?
Right.
No, hold on, brother. We don't know the name.
Right.
We don't know one about. We don't know the name. According to Nate, we're not gonna know that to the kingdom. So how does that line up?
Right. Right.
But go ahead, my brother.
Right. It says, for he hath delivered me out of all trouble, and my eye have seen his desire upon my enemies.
Let me ask you brothers a question. All you brothers in this room, since y'all been in this truth, do y'all have testimonials to back up what that scripture he just said? So how delivering y'all out of all trouble.
Yeah, hell
Every
yeah.
last brother in this room I'm talking about. Since you've been in this truth. Right? Y'all can all relate to that scripture, right? I don't understand why I wanted the elder to read that.
That's right.
And his eye has seen upon him. The Lord's gonna deal with all our enemies. All we gotta do is pray, brother. That's why I push prayer. Push prayer. You gotta pray, 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 pray. Pray all throughout the day. Every day. From the minute you wake up, pray. What we're reading in the book of Psalms, that's prayer. You see that, man? That's one of my favorites right there. Psalms 54, and of course, Psalms 51. Okay? Matter of fact, the other Yahshua, can you get Psalms 51? Just read a few verses in that. These are all prayers. And David was playing that harp. That string, that's the Lord's favorite instrument. Yahweh, Ba'Shemi Shah's favorite instrument, you know?
Right. Psalms chapter 51:1. Have mercy upon me, O Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, according to thy love kindness, according to the multitudes of thy tender mercies, blot out my transgressions.
So that's what you do. You wake up in the morning, that's what you do. You send up them prayers in your head, man. Like, bro, I've been pushing. Back in the 90s, I used to send this up. Another brother back then put me onto this. And I used to send this up every day. And I got to get back into it. Actually getting on my knees and facing the east and putting this up. And you know what, brothers? Let's get into that too. Fuck that, man. When we send up our prayers in our home, find out which direction the east is. Get on your knees and send up your prayers face down. You know what I mean? Go ahead, brother.
Wash me thoroughly from my iniquity and cleanse me from my sin.
We're all sinners, man. We are unworthy. We're unworthy. We're really unworthy. So the little hell that we catching and the thing we're going through, we deserve it. Yeah. We deserve every last drop of everything we're getting right now, man. You know, we getting our little bitchy. I'm tired of this shit, man. I'm going to. Man, nigga, you deserve it. Yep. Starting with myself. Go ahead, brother.
For I acknowledge my transgression.
See, you gotta acknowledge it. But these other guys, GMS, we worse than Esau. So they're righteous. Go ahead, brother.
And my sin is ever before me. Against thee only have I sinned and done this evil in thy sight, that thou mightest be justified when thou speakest and be clear when thou judgest.
See that? We go out here teaching. That's why we gotta pray for forgiveness every day. Because if it is, we're gonna go out there to the camp or you're gonna do a video and we rebuking somebody and we talking about but then we working this goddamn hell. We gotta, for the Lord to deal with us, man, we gotta come to this level right here. See, go ahead, brother.
Right. It says, let's see. Behold, I was shapen in iniquity, and in sin did my mother conceive
Now
me.
stop right there. See, remember Yahweh Shai talked about a wicked and adulterous generation seeking after a sign. A wicked and adulterous. All of us were conceived in sin. And back then, that was written in the ancient world. And that wasn't happening as prevalent as it is now with us. All of us. Okay, I'll put it to you like this. I'm going to start with myself. I can relate to that. That's why when I read that scripture years ago, I was like, wow. Listen, man, brother, I'm a child of adultery, basically. I'm a child of fucking adultery. You know what I mean? So that's me. And a lot of other people, other Israelites. Because my father and mother came together really based upon adultery. I'm a straight up child of fucking adultery. Like my mother was married to another man, and my father came along and he hooked up with my mother while she was still with this other guy. Yeah. I didn't find this shit out till this recent years. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. See what I'm saying? So it's like, wow, that fucks with your psyche. It fucks with you, man. They do it like, damn, how can I be right? How can I be mad? Like, but then you got the scripture. This is what the scripture's in play for.
Solomon too.
Solomon.
Yeah. Solomon. See?
Well, that's why that's this prayer, David. We need the mercies of David, you know, because technically we should all be cut off. You know?
We shouldn't be worthy.
We shouldn't be worthy. And David, his sins. This is after he was rebuked by Nathan. This prayer was pretty much recorded right after he was rebuked. So
now you see one, but that's my favorite. That's why it's Psalms 51, because I can relate to that shit. I can relate to it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, wow, man, like, damn, so how the fuck? You know, how could the Lord be dealing with me? You know what I mean? So that, and I was shaping in iniquity. So a lot of us were born, or even if it wasn't outright adultery, if your mother was with whoever the man was that took her virginity, that's her real husband. You know, in this society we live in, these women, they be with a guy, then they break up, then they get with another guy, then they get with another guy, then they get with another guy. You know these women.
adulterous generation.
Adulterous generation. We're all adulterers in this fucking room.
We need Yahweh Shai.
We need Yahweh Shai. There's nowhere in the world. Because like I said, I'm gonna repeat my goddamn self. In no fucking way, I've never had a virgin. I got close, but I never, every woman I've been with already been popped by another man. So that makes me an adulterer, technically. But that's why we're under grace.
That's why you need the mercies of David.
Yeah.
Because he committed adultery.
Con,
That was one of his sins
con,
that he needed. That's why he was asking. He was pretty much begging for Yahweh Shai. Now, in a sense, Yahweh Shai did come through Solomon,
con,
which pretty much he was able to forward that kingdom for 40 years
con,
through mercy through Solomon,
con,
which ultimately our mercy comes through Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shai.
And we're calling on our sins to be like, forgive us. We sorry as we're going through this hell. It's like, damn. I'm sorry, Lord. You know, that's how David was like. This song is that feeling that we're going through right now.
Yes.
Like, Lord, I'm sorry. Like get me out of this body, this situation. Have mercy on me, because I know, according to your righteousness, I shouldn't even be alive.
Con, man.
According to the technicality, you know. So we need a higher mercy, you know.
Yeah,
We need
bro.
grace. That's what we have, you know.
So the law, no, but the law won't save us, right?
No.
I'm gonna sit here and tell you, no, we just gotta keep them laws, brother. Matter of fact, we're y'all fringes.
Right.
Exactly.
That's not gonna save us, man.
Right. You're not exempt. That prayer that David put up was to be covered. That's through Yahweh Shai. The law ain't gonna do that for us. The law would have put David to death because he was adultery right there, dead. So the law couldn't be the exemption from judgment. The exemption from judgment is gonna come through Yahweh Shai. So that right there cuts that out, because the law puts David to death. The law puts everybody in here to death. Technically, we shouldn't even be here serving the Lord. We should be cut off. We should have no access if it was based upon the law.
Feel that sting.
Right. So
Think about it.
David, that's why, can we get out of Isaiah 55, Baba Kasha? Isaiah 55 and 3.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 55, verse 3. It says, incline your ear and come unto me. Hear, and your soul shall live, and I will make an everlasting covenant with you, even the sure mercies of David.
So we're going to get that same mercy if we're of that body, and that's the blessing. You know, and that's, you know, going back to this prayer.
And that was Yahweh Shai.
Yep.
It was in Isaiah, man, in the 50s, man, Yahweh Shai. That's why Yahweh Shai said, lo, I come in the volume of the book that is written. That's why them Pharisees and them wicked ass dudes, they were lost. They were totally lost. They were totally lost. They were lost, bro. They were. No, are the same guys back in the reincarnation today that's giving us a hard time. I'm good.
Could I back you up? Oh, it's Acts. The 13, yeah. Acts 13, 33. Yahweh hath fulfilled the same unto us, their children, and that he hath raised up Yahweh Shai again, as it is also written in the second Psalm, thou art my son, this day have I begotten thee. And here's the point in 34. And as concerning that he was raised him up from the dead, now no more to return to corruption. He said on the wise, I will give you the sure mercies of David. And that was, so that action happened and gave us the access again.
Wow. Right. So we have a way outside of that first covenant, which kills us. The first covenant kills us. Going back to that topic itself, now we have grace to get the mercies of David, you know, which Yahweh Shai is now building this spiritual temple. As Solomon poured it, he built the physical temple. Yahweh Shai is building the spiritual temple.
And under grace, we don't eat pork, we don't eat abominations, we don't commit adultery. You know what I mean? Like outright, technically, to the best of our abilities. You know what I'm saying? We don't, we acknowledge the Sabbath. We acknowledge the high holy days when they come. Okay, case in point, what's the highest of the high holy days? The Passover. But we're not even keeping the law when we keep the Passover. Right?
Yeah.
Because we all know the scriptures. We supposed to have a land
Without blemish.
right, with the curtains thereof, and we're supposed to have the blood post over our doors and all that. So, like, dude, we're not even really keeping the Passover. We're just, like, we're kind of pretending. We're rehearsing. You see? So these guys talking about the Lord, the Lord, the Lord. He got so many demons on him, it's not even funny. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, unless you got the first lamb and you got you roasted that lamb whole with the curtains, you're supposed to eat the lamb with everything in it. And then you just cut off the pieces of it. You know what I mean? All that shit.
Nobody's supposed to leave and all that.
Yeah, like these clothes that we wearing. This shit is not this is unlawful as hell. I know this ain't no cotton t-shirt and these pants. These are mixed fabrics and all this shit we're wearing. Come on, bro. We're not keeping the law. Brothers got to work on the Sabbath. Right? Remember, a family got put to death for gathering twigs and sticks on the Sabbath.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So we ain't keeping the law. And then furthermore, I'm going to go back to the thing with the woman. The women that most of us are dealing with have already been with other men. So that makes us technically adulterous. Because we're going behind another man. Unless the woman was a virgin when you got with her. And I know goddamn well that's not true. Right? Am I right or wrong?
Right.
Sure.
Yep. That's why Yahweh Shah freed us from the curse of the technicality. Right. So we can serve him freely.
Come on. Because that was the only way that we would be able to make it. Yahweh Shai. And Yahweh Shai was trying to tell these idiots back then, 2000, I will destroy this temple. And put him to death. He said he was going to destroy the temple and build it back up. Them wicked Pharisees, man, them niggas are wicked, man. But that's why the Bible also says what? Deliver us from wicked and unreasonable men. So y'all see it manifested, man. If you brothers don't believe this is the truth, look at what we're going through now. Look at these niggas that's coming against us now. It's the same guys. That's why I quoted Ecclesiastes 1:9. The same niggas. No matter what we say or what, never, I hate to say, hey, y'all just right now. He wearing a cross. What's that he wearing?
Right.
Oh, shit. This brother, he got all these necklaces on. This is idol worship. It's the same shit.
That's right.
It's the same, like, every little thing. Yo, like sick in the head motherfuckers. Yahweh Shai. Your disciples are picking corn on the Sabbath.
Nitpicking.
Remember? That's them same guys. And Yahweh Shai said, what? If your ox be in the ditch, would you not pull it out?
Right.
If that's your way to feel, even if it's 7, you're going to let the ox drown. Right?
Yeah, God.
So, like the elder Yahshua said, you Lord Yahweh Shai had to make a way above that. We couldn't be slaves to the law.
That's right.
Because then we wouldn't make it. Because the Lord knew, remember the scriptures said there should come a falling away first. Mm-hmm. You know? So you got to be more spiritual, man. You got to be more spiritual. You know? We can't keep the law. We can't keep the law. We're rehearsing. But like the Apostle Paul said in Romans, do we then make void the law through faith? Lord forbid, we establish the law. So that means what? Even though we know that we're not under the law, we're under grace, so we're just going to say, well, fuck it, bro, let's just get some shrimp.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck it, bro, let's go to the Red Lobster and just order a big basket of popcorn shrimp with some french fries and shit. Smother that
in effect today is the Roman Empire. America is an extension of the Roman Empire. Go ahead.
Sean, it says, after this I saw in the night visions, and behold, a fourth beast, dreadful and terrible, and strong exceedingly, and it had great iron teeth. It devoured and brake in pieces, and stamped the residue with the feet of it.
That's right. It had its influence over the whole world around that time. You know, go ahead.
It was diverse from all the beasts that were before it, and it had 10 horns.
Right. And Tazama went into it earlier, brothers went into it earlier, showing how it's different than everything else. And it mentions 10 horns. Those are 10 vassals that were under the Roman Empire at that time, just as you have those 10 horns in effect today as NATO and the EU. All right, now back then, you had those 10 horns.
UN councils a part of that shit too.
Come. Those 10 horns back then in Daniel 7 were the Vandals, the Ostrogoths, the Franks, the Alamanis, Visigoths, Burgundians, the Lombards, Anglo-Saxons, the Sueves, and the Hereles. And those were pretty much clans of families, all right, that had influence around that Roman world around that time, with Rome being at the top of that. Okay, you can also go into it in Daniel, the 2nd chapter, with that statue. The fourth part of that statue, the bottom, with it being iron mixed with that clay, with the 10 toes. Those are those 10 toes as well. Okay, that's what that's going into.
And they all worked in interest of ancient Rome.
That's right.
So it made it a beast system. So you didn't even have to be in Rome, but you were in Rome.
Mm-hmm.
Because like America, Rome was an idea, mindset.
Well, that movie Gladiator show you that.
Right. And these different nations, they pretty much put their influence. They had their kind of like their own thing going on, but their energy and they put their power towards the beast system. And that's what like the EU does. You know what I'm saying? Like America is able to pass its policies through riding the whole rise beast.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Okay, they're able to get a lot of shit done that they want through those other nations joining to them. So those vassals, you know, make it like a beast system, which is reborn today as he's going into through America, NATO, EU, all of those nations. And if you look at the EU, it's basically those ancient Roman Empire nations really just being reborn back. It's the same thing. The only thing that's added now is Babylon and Canada,
right,
and a few other little nations join. You know, the same is back again. You know,
that's right. Con, just a quick precept, real quick, before you continue that. And this right here is in Revelation, the 12th chapter, which was written way after Daniel 7 was even written. Okay, this is roughly around 650 years after Daniel received his prophecy. It's going to be read right here in Revelation 12. All right, so this is Revelation 12. And I'll just start from the top and just read down quick and break it down. It says, and there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown with 12 stars. This woman representing Israel. All right, the crown is 12 stars, represents the 12 tribes.
right.
All right, the son of the moon ultimately just represents wisdom, or the understanding being in Israel. All right, it says
that's the elect. That the understanding is only for the elect.
That's right, Conopus. That's right. Verse 2. And she being with child cried, travailing with birth, in pain to be delivered. And there appeared another wonder in heaven, and her being with child is going into the coming of Yahweh Shai ultimately. When you read this here, this is going into the Israelites being subject under the Romans around the time of Yahweh Shai, which really technically started around the last days. That's really when the last days started technically. And that's when the fourth beast was, ironically, the last beast. When you continue, it says, and there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon having 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his head. The same thing that Daniel had documented in the vision that he received in Daniel 7.
But notice it says red.
That's right. Exactly.
Now, and that's going to be tied to Herod, which the Romans, the red dragon, that's Esau. Because Esau, it's not Japhet.
Exactly.
Esau runs the fourth beast. And he's the revival of it. Either Esau is the end of the world. Esau runs this beast. That's why it specifically because in the next chapter it goes into the beast and how it's gonna bring the mark. That red beast is that same beast.
Yep.
It's Esau.
That's right.
You know.
That's right. Con. You mentioned Herod. Well, when Herod got his position over that realm of Judea, he had to get that because he was granted that from General Pompey, who was a Roman general. So that's even how he received that region, our region. He received that as a gift through General Pompey. You know, so again, like you said, Zaquan, it still ties into all them being Rome anyway. They're all Edomites.
Right. The mystery of iniquity doesn't already work. Back then, that was the Amalekites of that time.
That's right.
Now you have the same thing going on in our time.
Mm-hmm. That's right. And we started this lesson off in Romans 1. I'm sorry, not Romans, excuse me. Revelation 1, going into Yahushua coming with clouds and coming to them that pierced him. And this them is going into this serpent, this beast that we're reading about right here. 7 heads, 10 horns, Esau, Edom at the end of the day. You know? That's who Yahushua is going to come in and destroy. This system that we see here right now. You know? Now, that was it on that. We can jump back to that. We left off at Daniel 7.
God, this is back in Daniel 7 and 8.
Anybody got that Isaiah 26? Okay, come.
It says, I considered the horns, and behold, there came up among them a little horn, before whom there were 3 of the first horns plucked up by the roots.
Right, now you got these 3 horns that I mentioned, and then this little horn coming out of those 3. All right, now this is that period of time. The Romans are, technically this is still the Roman Empire, but when you go into the history, the wound had to be that deadly wound that took place and such. So the Romans fell at a point of time, but you still had empire set in play that was following the influence of Rome. And you had these horns right here. You had Britain, okay, you had France, and you had.
You got to do it in order.
Okay.
The Spanish, the French, the British, and out of the British came America. Because you can't say the British first, because that would throw things off.
You're right.
The British came out of America.
Mm-hmm.
So the Spanish, and they all of these empires carried the vibration of Rome. All of this stems from the Renaissance. So it's the 4th beast being rebirthed, and this is the final part of it, which is where we are now, Babylon the Great, which is now the NATO, the EU tied to the beast. They're back. The Renaissance period led to where we are, but those 3 horns, the Spanish, the French, the Revolutionary War.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. Okay, which America's independence is in Daniel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See?
Yeah, you're right. That's right.
So,
Yeah, no, that order is very important. You're right. So you're just saying it, but it's important that it is in order. Because America came directly out of British.
Yep, that's right. Eustace Mullins, if y'all familiar with him, he's one of them Edomite scholars. He said America is nothing but a colony of England.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
It's still a colony of England. Mm-hmm. Power seats in England, that's where the Rothschilds live. In Britain.
That's right.
Yep.
Straight up.
If I can just add a quick point to that as well, like when you got like New Jersey, New Hampshire, New England,
New York.
New York. The reason why it says new because you have somewhere you got York, and then you have Hampshire, you have England. It's just it's just an extension of already something that's already in Europe.
And it's all Rome.
Yep. That's right.
And then they have that disdain for the foreigners.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? When they go, when New Yorkers go back to York, the Yorkers look at them funny.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the same concept.
That's right. Even in history, when you look at like the 8th century, from the 6th all the way to the 11th century AD, like even Revelation, the 13th chapter touches upon how this beast worshipped the beast prior. But I'm using back then as an example. There's movies and shows that you can watch. A lot of those Viking shows or a lot of those Anglo-Saxons who were at the PowerPoint at that time will pay heavy homage to Rome. There's even a little bit of a gamer here, Assassin's Creed. You have the latest edition that was called, what was it called? Valhalla. There's a scene that's there where they're looking at ancient Roman civilization, and they're like, the Romans, and they had this whole not prelude, but just talk going into that. So that brought those examples out to really show you the imprint that the Romans had, even to these kingdoms that we're going into, which is what Daniel prophesied about, or what he received in his vision. Okay, so brothers went into those 3 horns, and then the little horn that came out, that little horn is America. And this is all still talking about that 4th beast, which is the Roman Empire. All right, America is nothing but more than just revitalized, along with the allies that's with it pretty much. Because when Yahushua comes back, he's going to come back and visit Esau, Edom, with Babylon being at the forefront. They that pierced him. Exactly. And we can end it off in this Isaiah 26.
Sacrifice of Basra. That's what you
Con.
Second Ezra 11 and 39. Art not thou it that remainest of the fourth beast, whom I made to reign in my world, that the end of their times might come through them.
Boom. The water. I actually had that ready to the water. I forgot to have that brought out. That's beautiful. Because again, as we said earlier, that second Ezra 11 is going from heaven and destroyed them all. Even thus shall it be in the day when the Son of Man is revealed, proving that Yahweh Shah is going to return to a kingdom that's going to be ran in sodomy. Exactly. You know, and then when you read in Revelation 11, it says that what? It says that their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which is spiritually Sodom in Egypt. Right. Knowing, let you know when Yahweh Shah returns, what kind of energy as well is going to be in the planet Earth.
Right. Well, where did the Greeks and the Romans get their gods? Egypt.
Babylon. Yeah.
Yep. Exactly. God, beautiful points. God, we get that in Isaiah 26, starting like the last 4 verses, and we're going to read into chapter 27.
Okay. This is Isaiah chapter 26 and verse 18.
One thing to remember that, back then for you newer listeners, y'all probably already know this, but just to put it out, when these scriptures were written, they were on scrolls, which were not divided in chapters. So there's certain chapters you can read where it segues right into the following chapter, because they weren't divided like that. They were divided like that to help us out here in these last days to be able to document and go where to and from. Just want to put that out there too for you newer listeners. All right, go ahead.
Isaiah 26 and 18. We have been with child, we have been in pain, we have, as it were, brought forth wind. We have not wrought any deliverance in the earth, neither have the inhabitants of the world fallen.
But I'm so sorry.
That's right.
When they say that, what I'm saved.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
You mind if I actually start up one verse, bro?
Go ahead.
And then I'll,
What's the last chapter? What's the last verse that's there?
20,
the number of it.
21.
21. Okay.
Yeah. Because I was reading up too. Isaiah 26 and 17. It says, like as a woman with child that draweth near the time.
Look, you're in Isaiah 27.
He's in 26.
26.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You want a 20? Okay.
Cool. Got it, brother.
All right. Isaiah 26 and 17. Like as a woman with child that draweth near the time of her delivery is in pain and crieth out in her pangs, so have we been in thy sight, O Yahweh Bashim Yahshai. Which is the whole sentiment that we're going into, us crying out to Yahweh Bashim Yahshai for deliverance.
That's right. That's right. Hey, real quick, you read it in Matthew 11. It says from the days of John the Baptist even until now. That still applies to right now. That fourth beast is still in play. The kingdom of heaven suffereth violence, and the violent take it by force. Who was that violent? Esau. Just as they were the Roman Empire back then, Herod and them back then, that energy is still here today with the same people.
And you got to take it back to Cain.
Yeah.
That's the energy of Cain. That was the first blessing of the sword.
That's right.
He himself is weapon, possession. That was the Most High's weapon for the story, That spirit and that energy returned in the earth after the flood through Esau, who was blessed with the sword. And this is his sacrifice all over again. It's getting ready to get rejected. It's Cain. This is him, bro. This nigga back.
He wanted to slay his brother.
Right, and that piercing serpent.
That's it.
That's why we all fucked up. That's why
Cain was fucked. Yep. Cain was he had this. He was piercing. He was the sword. He had the sword.
Esau when he killed Jacob.
The same thing.
Remember, Esau was pursuing Jacob to slay him because of the birthright.
Right.
But Esau don't understand something. Look at everything we're going into now. Even though Jacob took the birthright, but the blessing came, Esau got the weapons, he got the fatness of the earth.
Right.
They got it even right now as we speak. Look at us, man. Look how we living. Look at the rest, even the 2/3. Look at Israel. Israel, yeah, you got a few handful of niggas, like a few assorted nuts that are doing okay, but they had to sell their soul.
Mm-hmm. They're miserable.
You know, your Floyd Mayweathers, your fucking Denzel Washingtons, your Samuel L. Jacksons, whoever, so like they're doing okay in this society. Your Jay-Z's and all these dudes, right? But they doing okay, but they had to sell out. We know that them niggas had to drink blood, get popped up their ass, and do all kind of abominable things to get their little blessing. But Esau is ruling, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Look at the nigga woman. The so-called black woman don't respect no man of color. Whether you like, hey dude, whether you a Judite or not, what like, if you're just a man of color, you could be from any of the tribes. A black woman don't respect any man that's colored.
Right. This is the hub of the curse.
That's it.
This is the hub. Babylon was
Yes.
the hub of the curse for the Israelite man.
That's
like,
right.
This place, like this
That's
is
right.
it. And can I get this preacher?
Yo, no, please.
This is Daniel 7:25. Speaking of that horn, it says, and he shall speak great words against the Most High, Yahweh Shai, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High. Wear out the saints. That's everything you're going into. This, we feeling it now.
Hey, Yashawan, by Elder Yashawan, man. Tell these brothers like what you bringing up. This morning and like for the past, since I've been out here in Texas with you, this is the every time me and you get together.
Right.
No, I want you to project this to the rest of these brothers.
Right.
Our conversations. Like every time we're together, what do we talk about?
Catching hell.
What you talking about right now?
Right. We wore out like this.
Yeah.
This got to be the fulfillment of that.
Con.
This got to be the end because it's like we ain't gonna make it. I don't see myself like I'll pass out. I don't think if the Lord don't stop this devil,
No way.
like every day the chemtrail, the plane never fucking crash.
Right.
The plane always spraying shit.
Yep. Other planes will crash, but that
motherfucker will never crash, bro.
Nope.
We wore out like, and that shit like I'm starting to feel that shit weighing on us. This system is an assault against the saints.
Yeah.
It's trying to pierce you like
our children too.
Yeah.
You brothers that got children, you looking at your children, you noticing that your children, they sick all the time.
They got demons on them.
They got demons on, they sickly. There's always something going on with your children. Yo, but you're gonna tell me that you're not supposed to hate Esau? You know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
I tell you, man, I pray for you brothers, man.
Right.
I pray for you brothers, all you brothers in here that got children. I really do, man. Because I got love for all you brothers, man, and I know you brothers love your families. And I pray for y'all, man, because I really do, man. Like, I pray the Lord, man, I be praying for the Lord to increase you brothers' spirit and make y'all ready to deal with whatever comes down the pike, man. For real, man. Seriously. Especially you brothers that have families and children. The woman, I ain't worried about the woman. Now, y'all know how I go with the woman thing. Like, I'm going to keep it real. I don't give two shits about y'all woman. Because you brothers that got y'all so-called wives or your women, like, Lord forgive me, brothers, fuck them. Because these women, bro, there's another thing I'm telling y'all. Man, the hell with that woman thing, man. Like, I love you, I love you, I love you, I never leave you. I done heard that shit 1,000 times over, homeboy. And I'm sitting here talking to you brothers as Apostle Rakab, a brother that's been in this truth and experience. And I'm also talking to y'all as just like an older homie. You know? Real talk. I'm talking to y'all as Apostle Rakab. I'm talking to y'all on every level as far as us being Israelite men, like, for real. Apostle Ricard, Elder Ricard, but I'm also talking to y'all like, yo, y'all big homie. Yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about. Like, yo, y'all my homies, y'all my little homies. Like, a nigga that been around and like, yo, nigga, put you on, little homie. You know what I mean? I'm talking to y'all on every level as a man to another man. Fuck that shit, bro. This is going back to junior high school, to high school, to these women ain't shit. And y'all done heard us say this, right? I love you. I love you.
I can't get stressed enough.
Oh, you know, you with a woman for that moment, bro. You know, you giving it to her real good. You laying her out. Women go by the moment. You giving her that good deed for the minute. Don't. Oh my God, you make me feel so good. Oh, I love you. I'll never leave you. I'll never leave you. I will never leave you. Yeah. Yo, dude. Hey, like Public Enemy said, don't believe the hype. Because guess what? I don't care how good you put the D, you could be hitting it like Mr. Marcus. What's the other nigga? I forget that nigga name every time. Okay, bro, trust me, I'm telling y'all the truth. Cause I've been there. I lived it. I've been there, done that. I was young once. You know? Back when I was 19, 20, even in my 30s, man. Even in my 40s, I was like Lex Steele and Mr. Marcus put together. Hey, you know what I mean? Yeah, finish that out. Yeah. But it don't mean nothing.
Let's just finish.
Finish that up.
God. Isaiah 26 and verse 18. We have been with child. We have been in pain. We have, as it were, brought forth wind. We have not wrought any deliverance in the earth, neither have the inhabitants of the world fallen. And one thing I got from that was one thing I got from that was that when it said we have been with child and we have been in pain, all the labors that remind me of Haggai chapter 1, all the labors that we put in, basically, you know, you could try to go hard in the world, try to be successful, but there's only so far that the Lord's gonna let you go, especially being in this truth. You know what I'm saying? So like, as it were, brought forth wind, meaning like you pregnant, but it's like you having the baby, but nothing comes out.
Like it's in vain. Your labors are in vain.
Yeah.
It's in vain.
You know?
In this world.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, because Jake did everything. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Jake, affirmative action, everything. But Jake still haven't gone nowhere. Like, you got Negroes that are multimillionaires and famous. You got your Eddie Murphys and you know, Barack Obamas. But Jake is still looked at as being nothing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because you can't escape the curses.
Kind. Verse 19, it says, thy dead men shall live, together with my dead body shall they arise. Awake and sing, ye that dwell in the dust.
And that's talking about us too.
Well, hey, Ezekiel, the valley of the dry bones. Because then Ezekiel looked, he said, can these bones live? Because Jake is so under the curse and so gone. So Ezekiel asked the angel, damn, can they live? Like, is there a way back from this? Because that's how low we are, bro. Like, y'all don't understand. We are in a low state. Like, every man in this room, I know y'all believe that we Israelites, because you wouldn't be here, but bro, we bad. If Yahweh Shai don't come, man, then we got no hope. Like, if there's no Yahweh Shai, there's no hope. We ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? That was what I was going into. There's no hope. Bro, like if I knew Yahweh Shai, like if Yahweh Shai wasn't coming, I'd take this motherfucking side arm and put it to my head. Because I don't want to live in this fucking kingdom. I wouldn't want to see another 10 years in this place. I couldn't conceive that.
3 years. Yeah.
Shit, next year.
Right. This fourth beast really wore out the saints, bro. And it's trying to pierce all the way.
Brother, we sickly now, man. Brothers is right now. Me and this elder, I'm just like, bro, I'm just getting over some shit. Like, I'm like, yo, infirmities every fucking week. You wonder what's next. Every morning you wake up, you're like, okay, what's gonna happen now? How I'm gonna feel today? You know what I mean? Why would you want to stay here? Why would you want to stay here? We gotta get out of here, man. I'm tired of the fucking Romans ruling. You know? I'm tired of this shit. Esau. And Esau, he had his time to rule. That nigga bitter. You know? Esau is bitter. He don't want to give up the throne, man. He don't want to give that shit up. He gonna fight, even though he gonna get washed up.
Right.
That's why Yahushua gonna wash him, boy. Second Ezra's
13.
How'd you know?
I just think about
How'd
that.
you know?
That's the only one that comes to mind. Like, when it comes to the second Ezra.
Okay, beautiful. That's the spirit. See, I put you in the spirit, man.
I'm gonna continue on in Isaiah 26 in the middle of verse 19. It says, "Awake and sing, ye that dwell in the dust, for thy dew is as the dew of herbs."
Stop. Who dwells in the dust?
It's really twofold.
Yeah.
I know that's us at a point in time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We were rising up out of the dust.
That's why I quoted Ezekiel. Right?
We're going into those new bodies. The first body was earthly. The first man was earthly. The second man was spiritual. You know? This is going to happen physically too. Like people were literally raised.
Man.
That's right. Now I was going to just even quote Isaiah 52. It says, "Arise from the dust and put on thy beautiful garments."
Right.
You know, that precept comes.
The beautiful garments talking about the knowledge. So now I know back in the days in One West, they used to be, that's these brothers talking about the garments. Talking about these garments. They talking about the fucking garments. Talking about the knowledge. But back in One West, dudes, you know, back then, see, brothers. That's why we're wearing these garments. You know? You talking about that, man. And that's talking about the elect. The garments talking about the elect. Yes. Okay, go ahead, brother.
Continuing on in verse 19, it says, "For thy dew is as the dew of herbs, and the earth shall cast out the dead. Come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers."
Come, my people, enter down to thy chambers. Let's go into deliverance.
What chambers? What's the chambers?
Yeah, Revelation 18 goes into that as well. Come out of her, my people. You know, but come into down to thy chambers. That's the elect getting beamed and delivered into the chariots. Okay? Marriage. The marriage. That's right.
Continuing on, it says, "And shut thy doors about thee."
Just like the doors of the ark was shut. Just like when they go into Noah's ark, the spirit of the Lord shut the doors. That way no person can enter.
So it ain't no foul spirit going into the chambers, man.
Right.
There ain't no foul spirit going into. So if you're a goddamn fucking homosexual, you ain't coming into the chambers, man. If you're a lesbian, you ain't coming into the chambers, man. If you're just a grimy ass nigga, you ain't coming into the chambers.
Yeah, that's
man.
right.
The Lord ain't gonna deliver no sodomite into the chariot, man. No, but I just feel that that's what I want to do. With some with some Daisy Duke poom shorts on. You think you gonna go somewhere, man? You know what I'm saying? You ain't going nowhere, man. You gonna burn. Or if you don't believe in the name of Yahushua, you ain't definitely ain't going nowhere.
That's right.
And Yahweh. Okay? Christ. Anybody talking about Christ. You ain't going nowhere, man. You see what I'm saying? You're going down with the Titanic. You know what I mean?
Okay. Continuing on in the middle of verse 20 in Isaiah 26, it says, "Hide thyself, as it were, for a little moment, until the indignation be overpassed.
And what's the indignation going into? The nukes. The judgment of the Lord is
Thermonuclear destruction. World War III, Judgment Day.
That's right. That's right. That's what it says. Hide thyself, and hiding myself again is the Lord, delivering the elect into the chariots, passing through the fire, being up there, and then it's going to come to that point, as it's written of in Revelation 21, where John the apostle said, I saw New Jerusalem coming down from heaven as a bride adorned for her husband.
Like I said in Corinthians, it says in a little moment we're going to change too, because our bodies going to have to be changed to
Yeah, brother. These bodies are defiled. These bodies ain't going nowhere. The only thing leaving here is our spirits. And that's something for people that can't fathom that. Brother, these bodies ain't going. We're sitting here right now talking to each other. These bodies are not leaving here. These bodies wouldn't be able to contain the. Come on, man, we would die. So the Lord, only thing that our spirits are actually leaving. Our spirits are going to be delivered out of here. You know, into new bodies. And brother, I can't wait for that new body. I can't wait for that new body, man. I really can't wait, man. It's like to have a new body.
Yep. We're here for that little moment. That's that process gonna be happening.
It makes me think that little moment where we had where during the time of the Passover, you know, Yahweh Shah's blood had to be on a doorpost for a moment while our death angel passed through. It was a little moment that we had to be in, you know, in the house, and if that blood was on our doorpost, it was good.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Is the last verse in chapter 26, verse 21. It says, "For behold, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity."
The great judgment. We started the lesson off in Revelation 1. He cometh with clouds, and he's going to come even to they that pierced him. That's why I wanted to start off there. That's going into exactly what the brother's reading right now. Okay? In the midst of that, the elect are going to be delivered up and then come back down afterwards as well. Go ahead.
This is Rome. Going back into the whole Roman and Greece. When, what was the old saying? When in Rome, there was the Romans. And Israel, the 2/3 of Israel are totally in that mentality right now. That's why lately, and you know, it's just the spirit. That's why, like, I'm just adamant on this sodomite foul, because most jakes are into that.
Right.
And I see it with my own eyes.
Hardcore.
And it's like, God damn, you motherfuckers, man. Like, you dudes, where's your manhood? Like, y'all with that, y'all with this, man? You know, you be looking at Jay, you know, and you be like, yo, you dudes are with this, man. Like, you dudes like, yo, where's your manhood, man?
Right.
You with this homo shit, bro? For real? You know? But you know what that goes back to? Big Shirley and Big Keisha and Shirley and them. The nigga woman, they totally with the wrong. They're with it. So that this newer generation, they're predominantly sodomites. Because Keisha and Big Shirley and them, they promote that.
They
the remnant.
Yeah.
If we didn't have that remnant, we would be like into Sodom and
Con.
because the nigga woman, she's a safe haven for the moles.
She's a fag.
Yeah. So you look at like all the movies they put out when she in the salon and you got the homo hairdresser. She's the safe haven for guys into that vibration.
Well, there was one black woman that told fucking Kevin Samuels straight up. She straight up told Kevin Samuels on the show, yeah, because he was getting on the gay, saying, you black woman, you don't know why a lot of these young men are feminine and it's gay, and, but y'all complain about you ain't got no man because all the men are gay, all the black men are gay. And one bitch, I don't remember, one of them, she actually admitted it. Yeah, we do love the gays. We do support them because they're the only men that show us love. She asked, I swear to God.
What?
I don't remember which one. You know, I watch so many of his shows. Yeah. She actually, and then he said, you hear this?
Yeah.
He said, you hear this shit? You can't make this up, people. Did you hear what she just said? Basically, she straight up admitted, yeah, us black women, we love and support the gay black men because they placate to us.
Especially
Yeah.
the bisexual ones.
Yeah.
They be letting them pop.
She straight up said it. She admitted it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we support that. And then he said, see, now these are the women that are raising these young boys. You know? Yeah. So these fucking black women, they're the ones, it's them. That's why the majority of these new young GMO niggas are gay. Because if their son come to them and say, Mommy, I think I like boys. You think she gonna beat them and correct them? No, she gonna, well, you know, well, that's okay, baby. Whatever you like, explore those feelings. But then that same fucking nappy head bitch gonna turn around. Well, I can't find a man. All these men are gay, but you made them that way. So they want the best of both worlds.
Exactly.
You want a man, but then you endorse that shit. But then when you can't, because they're nasty, stinking, nappy-headed asses, you know, they get that little inch between their legs. They want some ride. But ain't nobody trying to give it to them because they're all gay. Well, who created that?
Yeah.
That's why this Rome gotta be destroyed, bro.
Right. Sorry.
It's time for Rome to go down. Look, we read the scriptures. They had their time. They had their time. Now it's over.
Yep.
It's over with now. It's time for Yahweh's kingdom to come, man. It's time for Yahweh's kingdom to come, bro. Ain't y'all ready for that?
Phone had to chime on that.
That's our kingdom.
Yeah, right.
Remember Yahweh said, this is not my world. If this was my world, my servants would fight for me, right? You know? This ain't our world, bro. This is not, we got nothing here. Me and Womba was talking last night again about this. There's nothing left. America's not cool no more. It's not fun no more. Hey, brothers, I grew up, when I was growing up in the late 70s and the 80s, at that time, hey, Womba, America was still kind of cool back then. It was still a little cute. In the 80s, America was still kind of fun back then. It ain't fun no more, bro. It ain't no more fun. It's time to go home.
Let's just finish off these last two verses.
Yeah, let's get it done.
Yeah. Isaiah 26 and verse 21. In the middle of the verse, it says, the earth also shall disclose her blood and shall no more cover her slain.
Going to destruction, you know. You can segue into chapter 27.
Verse 27, chapter 27, verse 1. In that day, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, with his sore and great and strong sword, shall punish Leviathan, the piercing serpent.
Right there, the piercing serpent. He shall come to those, even they that pierce him. All right, now we just went into it in Revelation 12, Daniel 7, and even Revelation 13 goes into the modified beast right now, the reincarnated Roman Empire. But at the end of the day, Yahushua is going to come and punish that. You know, he's going to come and punish Rome at the end of the day. You know, go ahead.
Kind of says,
Can I get that word piercing for you real quick? That word piercing is barak, and it says flee or fugitive. We know what. No, you got it.
All I was gonna say is Cain.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. Cain, Esau. So that's how you know what that piercing is.
Vagabond.
Right. And you also have the root of that. You said, what was the word again for piercing?
That root word is, or excuse me, that word in the Hebrew is barak.
Right.
And then the root word, it says barak, which says to go through, flee, run away, drive away, you know.
And even the root of that word in the Hebrew is pronounced barak, which means literally to cut. That's exactly what that means.
You know what it's gonna be like, brother? To not have to like blowing my nose, sneezing no more,
Man.
coughing.
Yeah, straight up.
Yo, the Lord, that's why Ezekiel, I will take away the stony heart, give you the heart of flesh. The Lord gonna have to give us a whole new spirit to even deal with the kingdom. Yeah, because like, bro, right now, if the Lord just thrust me into the kingdom, I wouldn't even know what it it's like not to cough no more, not to have a stuffy nose no more, not to have. Hey, brother, can you even imagine? None of us in this room could even imagine that. Imagine Yeshua, but like at this moment, you don't sneeze no more. You don't cough no more. Could you even imagine that in the brain you in now? You couldn't even imagine that shit, right?
I have not seen.
Con.
Mine have not ever.
What the Lord has prepared for them which love Him, and that's talking about the elect. But finish that off, brother.
Con. Isaiah 27, in the middle of verse 1. Even Leviathan, that crooked serpent, and he shall slay the dragon that is in the sea.
There you go. Shall slay the dragon that is in the sea. All right. Going into Babylon and his counterparts, his allies and such.
The crooked serpent.
That's right.
Because Leviathan is a righteous Leviathan, like the actual, Godzilla, what the white man called. The Lord don't use him for the destruction too. But he said the crooked serpent. Esau is the crooked Leviathan. That's him.
Yeah.
That's not talking about the actual Leviathan under the ocean.
Right.
That's right. And when you look at pictures of pentagrams and such on Google, you'll see the Hebrew characters and it'll say Leviathan, which is an indicator to show you exactly who's in power right now and the energy that he's after.
Yeah.
We quoted it earlier when you read it in Revelation, the 12th chapter. We didn't say it. We went into it earlier, but it goes into that old serpent. And we can read about that old serpent in Genesis, the 3rd chapter, which was a witch that came after the energy of Satan, pretty much. That influence is still here today. And what we just read right now is going into the destruction of that. And that's ultimately what Revelation 1 and 7 is going into. Like Yahweh is going to come back and punish this wicked system that we see here today that's mimicked after ancient Rome. But that's pretty much all I had.
Yeah, Leviathan is the ruler of the sea. Esau is the ruler of the sea in the form of people.
That's right. That's right, brother.
When you get that word crooked in the Hebrew, it's aqualathon. But when you also get it, it goes into a constellation, going into the constellation of Draco. That's when you get that word dragon in Revelation.
That's right. Going to Vlad Tepish. Draco. Yes. Tazama. Vlad Draco. Vlad the Impaler. Because Dracula, the guy we're talking about, Vlad Tepish, his father was of the order of the dragon. It was a particular, that was some Jakes back in Kosovo, Eastern Europe. And his father, the father of Vlad Tepish, he was a part, he had the ring with the dragon. Jake had them different orders during the Byzantine Empire and all that. He was a part of the order of the dragon, which was an order of knights that had vowed to fight against the Ottoman Turks, which were the Edomites that had accepted the philosophy of the Islam.
Yes.
When Muhammad and them guys was like, you know what I mean? So Vlad Draco, that's where Dracula comes from. Dracula, Draco, order of the dragon, because his father was a part of the order. He was a part of the order of the dragon. Draco, dragon.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
That's where that comes from, like you said.
Cool.
Yeah, excuse me. So you wasn't gonna get into that history. Oh, and another thing too, when I said it, we have these classes, man. We're gonna start. Apostle Tahar used to do this for us back in the days too. He was gonna start watching certain movies. That's gonna be class. Instead of having a class, we're gonna watch certain movies, man. So the next class, next week, Lord willing, we're gonna watch Spartacus, man. I'm gonna try to find it.
I love it. I never seen
That's
it.
a dope movie.
Yeah,
The original one from the 60s or 50s with Kirk Douglas. See that history. We're gonna watch Spartacus, man.
Got it.
You know what I mean? Yeah. If your brothers are with that. You start watching certain movies on certain days. Historical movies. Going into some of this history that we bringing out in the scriptures. And then we could bring out scriptures, you could pause, and you know what I mean? Because our brothers get edified, man. You know what I mean?
Visual aid.
Come on.
Yeah, visual aid.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, anybody, any closing points? Cool. All right. Well, hey, Lord will, this is edifying.
We give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessing and many salutations unto you elect across the four winds of the earth.
Action, man. Cambiar. Aital. Shalom.
Khan. Hey, Shalom.
Shalom.
God,